The headline of the day is the Cardinals have cut the 5-time Pro Bowl wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, which is a shocker, but not really because he's got this exorbitant $19 million contract and they've got cap problems and they've been trying to trade him, but nobody wants to trade for a receiver or anybody for that matter. We saw it with Jimmy Garoppolo. Nobody wants to trade for a $20 million player in the spring. It just doesn't work on the cap. And of course, immediately the Niner chat is just like, go get D-Hop. The Niners don't have the cap room nor the need necessarily to go after a DeAndre Hopkins, but at least he's not with the Cardinals, and you're not getting him twice a year in the division, at least unless he winds up in Seattle or with the Rams. But give me your reaction to Hopkins getting cut today.
Yeah, I mean, I think, 49ers are probably thinking, kind of wish he had stayed with the Cardinals because I don't think, the Arizona Cardinals with DeAndre Hopkins is a challenger, and so, you probably want him on that team rather than maybe going to some other team and making more of an impact. But yeah, I mean, from the 49ers standpoint, they got to figure out what they're going to do with Brandon Ayuk. They've already picked up the 5th-year option for him. He's eligible for a new contract, but by picking up the 5th-year option, I'm sure it'll play out this season. But I think they have enough, there's enough on their plate. Like, how are they going to, are they going to be able to pay both Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk? And, NFL teams, teams around the league, they kind of saw this, with the 49ers. And they're, teams around the league always look at, where a team is with its salary structure, its roster, who's under contract, who's coming up on contracts. And so I really think that a lot of teams looked at the 49ers and said, you know what, they're not going to be able to keep both Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. So let's make the phone call and see if Ayuk is available. So, from a DeAndre Hopkins standpoint, if DeAndre Hopkins came to the 49ers, what would he be? He's a great receiver. He's on the other side of 30, I believe now. But would he be their number 3 receiver? Is he better than Deebo Samuel? Would the 49ers rather have him on the field than Brandon Ayuk? So I don't know. I mean, I think
it's just not a fit for them. I mean, they just got so many receivers, and his price tag's high, and he's going to want to get paid, and they've got other needs in other spots, and they're kind of challenged. But I mean, if they had an injury, maybe that's the kind of move they would try to make. But I agree with you. I don't see him getting the money. They don't have the money or the reps to give him. They don't have, so before they didn't have the money, the reps, or the trade pieces. Now you could get them for nothing, but it still doesn't solve the problem that they don't have the money or the reps.